The Knicks played their best defense of the series last night. Good rotation by Deuce there, as they're going to force a difficult shot by Shepherd. And Landry Shamet holding his own against Pascal Siakam, just working. And then Benedict Mathurin goes to the basket. How about Cat right there? And Hart gets the rebound. You can see everyone's moving. Look at everyone's feet, guys. No one's just standing there. Everyone's rotating, getting around. Mitchell Robinson with his best play of the night, rejecting Haliburton. And now once again, the pick and roll defense, Mitch rotates and gets a nice block. Another one for him. Good contest. Now the Knicks are out in transition, which they would score after that, of course. And this is a little bit of an off-ball movement. You can see as they're just trying to get Nesmith off of Brunson, and then the lobs there. I mean, that was one of my favorite plays of the night, was that lob to Mitch. The crowd just absolutely erupted. Good footwork. The key there is that Haliburton is on Brunson. They forced him to switch. Shamet catch and shoot 3-ball. His first one of the night is good to go. I mean, look at this defense, guys. Shamet tries to go for the contest and gets an offensive foul. We just saw this, but why not take another look? Wow, that's excellent defense by Shamet. He's given up a lot of size, and this would be his toe on the line. But again, that put the Knicks up by 19. And this was honestly the best play of the night, as Shamet denied baseline, ends up forcing a turnover. McConnell has just been going baseline at will this entire series. And finally, a Knicks defender stepped up to the task and got it done. Mitch runs to the rim, gets an open dunk. That's why you got to run to the basket, right? If you're a big man, the Knicks are going to get this rebound. And then once again, ball movement. Bridges could have shot that, but he sees Cat, hits the extra pass, and he knocks that one down. And how about this? This is sort of 5 out. Just go to the basket and get an and one. Mathurin didn't want to step in because he knows he's going to take a lot of contact. Hart, again, picking up Mathurin, gets the and one. Mathurin has been great offensively, but poor defensively. And this is a crazy and one by Cat, man. That's just pure weight room right there. Brunson, you can see, gets the contact, and then the and one. Nesmith didn't stick with the play. Rough night for Nesmith. Didn't shoot the ball well and didn't defend well. He'll be good to go, obviously, in Game 6, but the Knicks took full advantage of that. Bridges with that fall-away baby jumper knocks that one down. Bridges had a really good game. I thought he just looked a lot more confident shooting it. And then Brunson with the and one 3-ball as Obi Toppin got a little bit too aggressive. He got shook on that move, too. Brunson just has insane footwork and a handle. Achua with the and one. He was a +6 in 6 minutes. Good game by Achua. And then the and one by Hart. What's with the Knicks getting and ones, though, and not making the free throws? We got to capitalize. Come on, man. There was like 3 at least tonight. Hart, good bounce pass by Bridges. The ball was moving is the key. And this is a second chance as Cat gets the N1. He's going to make them pay. Cat was a +25 at the top of my head, which that has to be a series high for the Knicks. He just dominated, man. If the Knicks are going to win the next 2 games, if the Knicks are going to win the championship, they're going to need Karl-Anthony Towns to continue to step up like he has been. We will do a Cat video later tonight. But just look at the ball moving. Actually, we'll do a little bit of a mini breakdown right here by Cat. So Karl-Anthony Towns, you can see, guys, he's just going through the contact. There's no one that can stop him, right? The only player that can stop Cat is going to be probably Victor Wembanyama. And obviously, he's not out there for the Pacers. So Cat's just lowering his shoulder, getting aggressive. He's going to get an offensive rebound right here. Miles Turner's not out there, which means that Cat can just sit under the basket and clean up the offensive glass. This is an A1. That was honestly good help defense, but it just doesn't matter. Cat's too quick and strong, especially after that first step. Like, look at this first step. That's a 7-foot man, and he finishes over a help defender. I mean, that's just incredible. Mathurin right there, is all he can do is foul and hope he doesn't make the layup, which he ended up doing. And then Bridges with the extra pass. The ball was just moving freely tonight. That's going to be the biggest thing. The ball was moving. The Knicks did a good job of attacking mismatches. They got Brunson off of Nesmith. And then defensively, feet were moving. The pick and roll defense was the best it has been all season, yet alone the series. And they also just had good help defense. They had good rotations. They forced Tyrese Haliburton to be a facilitator, which, if you've been following attention to the Pacers, of course, they're at their best when Haliburton is a scorer, because now all of a sudden he can score 15 and a quarter, but he can also go out there and finish the night with 15 assists like we saw, right? So that's the thing with the Pacers, is just force Haliburton to be one-dimensional, right? Okay, he has 10, 12 assists, but just keep the points down. When he scores under 20, the Pacers become very beatable. When he doesn't, they're basically unbeatable. So that's what I've started to realize about Tyrese Haliburton, is when he's not scoring, he's just not on. And defensively, he's a liability. We talk about Brunson and Cat, but Tyrese Haliburton is a bad defender. So the Knicks need to continue to exploit that matchup. And the numbers back that up too. I know people are going to be like, no, he's not. Look at the numbers. When Brunson is being guarded by Haliburton, it's literally barbecue chicken. It's a bucket every single time, and that's why they try to get him off of him. So good job by the Knicks. Good job by Tibbs going into his rotation, playing 10 guys. There's only 2 games left in the series. We talk about 3-1. That doesn't matter anymore. It's 3-2. You got to take this one game at a time. All of a sudden, the Knicks have to win 2 games in a row, and then they win Saturday night. They've got to win 1 game, of course, and then they go to the NBA Finals. The Knicks realize that we've got so many advantages in this series. We've got Cat. We've got Brunson. Off of the bench, we've got DeLon Wright and Landry Shamet, who are so good defensively. Deuce McBride. Mitchell Robinson played his best game of the series, do I say, last night? I'd have to go and look at all the numbers and things like that. But just from the eye test, I think I can confidently say that Mitch played his best game of the series, at least in the starting lineup. I mean, I'm trying to think of the first 2 games. I mean, Mitch did play well, but last night I thought he made the biggest impact that he has of the series. He was just protecting the rim. He was setting good screens. And he was just making the Pacers pay for trying to force a switch onto him. I mean, Mitch was just so active, if that makes sense. I'm trying to put it into words. But Mitch's impact just stood out so much. And he ended up finishing the game. I'm going to pull up the numbers. He was a positive. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, Mitch ended up playing 20 minutes and was a +3. That might not seem like much, but given that the Hart, Bridges, OG, Jalen Cat lineup has been atrocious, to have another starter out there that's +3 in 20 minutes is a big deal, because then you bring in Josh Hart for 34 minutes, and yeah, he's a -1. Now, Hart had 10 rebounds, 12 points. He also had 4 assists, 2 steals, but he had 3 costly turnovers, and it seems like whenever Hart turns the ball over, it's an automatic bucket for the Pacers. Hart just has not been pluses in this series, so the +3 by Mitch is absolutely huge. I mean, this series has been so close. The games are typically decided by the last couple of possessions. Outside of last night, every other game came down to the final minute of the game. So the Knicks realize that we cannot afford to have too many guys in the minus. We need pluses, and that's what happens tonight, right? Landry Shamet goes out there, and he ends up logging 14 minutes. He's a +4. DeLon Wright +10. 10 minutes and a +4. Precious Achiuwa played in 6 minutes and ended up having a +6. He had a rebound. He had a and 1 layup. He did miss the free throw, had a rebound, but still, good job by Achiuwa. Deuce McBride was a -3 in 18 minutes, back-to-back minus games for Deuce. Not really sure why. I think it's just not enough minutes. I think if Deuce just played more minutes, he'd be able to get in more of a rhythm. He only took a 3. How does Deuce only take 1 3 as well? The Knicks need to look to get him the ball more outside. Of course, it was on that assist from Cat when they double-teamed him. And that's another thing as well that the Knicks are going to have to be prepared for. We talk about Tibbs being a brilliant coach. He's got to have an answer for those double teams that are coming. Because if the Knicks lose Game 6, can pretty confidently say that it's going to be because they didn't get enough out of Cat. And the reason for that is because Cat didn't even get a chance. He was just double teamed. So the Knicks need to make sure that they have shooters ready, and they have to make sure that they have cuts, and also just try to get him one-on-one as much as they can. If you have OG Anunoby or Deuce McBride or Jalen Brunson wide open on a spot up for 3, the Pacers are not living with that, right? Because the Knicks are going to get a wide open 3 every single time down, and they're going to win. So that's going to be a key for the Knicks, is just having a game plan, being ready to go, and matching intensity. The Pacers did not match intensity last night, and the Knicks blew them off of the court. It took a little bit of time. The Pacers kind of made a comeback late, but the Knicks eventually just took care of business. And yeah, I'm looking at game 1 right now on the screen. What the hell were we thinking, man? The Knicks should be up 3-2 right now, but it's all good. Learn from it, win the next 2, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you later tonight with the Cat breakdown.